Butters and Black Soap offers high-quality, handcrafted butters, black soaps, and oils made with all-natural ingredients that improve the appearance of hair, skin, and nails. Try Butters and Black Soap's amazing collection of African black soaps sourced from Ghana and infused with ingredients such as turmeric, oatmeal, sea moss, coconut milk, activated charcoal, and more to promote healthy-looking skin. Say goodbye to dry, cracked skin with the Sea Moss Body Cream by Butters and Black Soaps. This non-greasy formula will leave your skin soft and supple. If you want to achieve a natural, healthy glow, try one of their whipped Shea butters. Indulge in the luxurious feel of African black soaps and more by Butters and Black Soap. Shop now at www.butters_blacksoap.com. Use custom code WISDOM for a 15% discount. Shop now. Well, hello, kings and queens. I'm Wisdom's daughter, and welcome to another Wisdom Family Picnic. Plea deals and lies. The Ernest Williams case. Plea deals and lies. Ericka King is talking, y'all. But the thing is, she may not have been telling the whole truth. The truth and nothing but the truth. She might have been telling a few lies. We're going to see what y'all think. But anyway, shout out to all the Wisdom ambassadors and VIPs in the building. Let me see who got here first on this evening. All right, Queen Zen. So I see you. Said, great evening, WD and chat. Well, great evening to you as well. Who else we got in the building? I see Black Swan. She said, hello, everyone's. Yellow Jacket 2024. Snooperlicious, you nosy. I knew you would be here. Church Girl said, good evening from Nashville, Tennessee. Well, all right now. Okay, come on, Nutbush City Limits. Sherry Anderson in the building. I got Mechadon. Nightbot gonna be drinking up all the Henny. Y'all already know we're gonna need an extra bottle. Miss Know-It-All in the building. Tawana X said, hey, WD, thanks for the Friday Night Live. Well, actually, it's Thursday, but that's all right. That girl repping BK New York said, WD and Kinfolk. All right, now, I got Kenna 14, the real Brown Family Chronicles in the building. Cupcake, Laskia Elder, one leg off. Lord have mercy, not one leg off. Name change for 12. Miss Sexy Red Gemini in the building. D knows what. D West knows. Old School Nixie, Lisa Glaze. All right, y'all. We got everybody up in the building. I can't even get through all the names. All right, Lazy Day, I see you. All right, Black Swan, I see you. So listen, we got a lot to get into. We're not going to be reviewing videos too much on this evening. By now, many of you have seen the court footage. I may show you some pictures, but funny enough, when we did the live a couple nights ago, there was a question posed by someone in the chat. What is the biggest surprise that we can expect during the hearing? And we came up with all types of stuff. You know, is Boneytail going to show her face? Is Shirley going to show up? All of these different ideas that we came up with. And if you guys missed the last live, it was lit. Make sure you check it out. And so, but the thing is, we were all wrong. Everybody was wrong. The biggest surprise is that if you blinked, you missed it. Okay. If you sneezed, you missed it. If you took a bathroom break, you missed it. All right. If you fell out your chair, help, I've fallen and I can't get up, you missed it. Okay. Kimmy who, like 2.5 minutes, it was over and done. Nesto keeps asking and see, here's the thing. Nesto done allowed Coach Bonehead over here to convince him to ask for a fast and speedy trial. I want the speedy trial. I want the fast trial. Yeah, give me the fast and speedy. Give me the speedy and fast. Give me the trial fast. Give me the fast trial. And that might not necessarily be the best thing for Nesto. he apparently waived everything during his arraignment. And so what they normally would have done was read out the charges. He waived that. And so literally, as people were setting up their cameras, they were like, all right, thank you, Mr. Williams. Okay. But the drama started before they even called Nesto's case. Okay. It's like battle of the bloggers up in that courtroom. So let's start there, because it's so much to talk about. I want to stay focused. I do have some notes, but let's start with the courtroom shenanigans, because it was an infinite mess. Okay. And the infamous blogger was being infamously a crybaby. Okay. And what was she crying about? What was the problem? Yes, Nightbot coach ain't coaching. She ain't been coaching. She wasn't coaching. Okay. He asking for a fast and speedy. So he want to speed his way into his prison sentence. Okay. One leg off said AI was there. Ernest said he everywhere. So let's talk about what happened before. Then we're going to talk about what happened during, and then we'll get into what happened after. Linda Gibbs, I see you. I approve this message. Said that was so petty. So let's get into it. I approve this message. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and may your gift return back to you tenfold. I appreciate that. And so apparently there was some drama that went down prior to the court case even started. And the drama was twofold, because there were a lot of bloggers in the building. Okay. Pam was in the building. Okay. Dennis Byron was in the building. I believe Pam said Stacy, that first twin might have been in the building. But I can confirm, we all know Pam Esquire was in the building. Dennis Byron was in the building. The infamous blogger, she did step into the building. Okay. And we're going to get into what happened with her, because there was a problem, and it ain't allegedly. And so, but there was another blogger in the building that goes by the name of Dana J. So Dana J was also up in the building. He got to the courtroom early, and apparently, I hate to say this because people call her infamous crybaby now, but yeah, so she was escorted. First I heard she was not allowed into the courtroom, but I was told that apparently she was escorted out or asked to leave the courtroom because Dana J was there. And for those of you who are not aware, the infamous courtroom blogger has an open case, and this other blogger has a restraining order against her, and there's an open case. Okay. Remember, we talked about that a few weeks back, where there were some new charges added, including conspiracy to commit a crime. And so it's a very serious thing. And it just lets you know that a Rule 22 is not a guarantee into the courtroom. It don't get you in everywhere. Okay. A Rule 22 is not a Superman suit where you could just go and do whatever you want. But interestingly enough, there are some bloggers that will continue to embarrass themselves out here in these YouTube streets. Okay. Why do I say that? I say that because just the night before, one certain blogger was on their back channel calling Dennis Byron all types of liars. Okay. And saying that you can't live stream. You're not going to be able to live stream in the courtroom. Can't live stream in the courtroom. Well, not only did Dennis Byron live stream in the courtroom, but so did Pam Esquire. Okay. And how do I know? Because I took screenshots of the footage. All right. So here is Nesto on the left. This is Dennis Byron's footage. Shout out to Dennis Byron. Okay. Give credit where credit is due. That's his lawyer in the middle, his new lawyer. And that is, can you woo Wooten, the RICO lawyer. I'm going to get into this picture in just a moment. And then we have some additional footage. So Dennis's camera was set up to catch one angle, and Pam Esquire's cameraman, she had her own cameraman, okay, was set up to catch another angle. And there may have been some hurt feelings initially about a second cameraman and, battle of the bloggers, some things going on out in these YouTube streets, but it worked out for us because we got two different camera angles. Okay. So here, and let me show you, this is a better picture. So again, these are screenshots taken from Pam Esquire's live. Okay. Many of you were there. I was there. I was in the building. Okay. I got a membership. It wasn't members only, but I am enjoying my membership over there. Anyway. So here is Nesto. Now look at this man. This man gonna hobble into the courtroom like he is 100 years old. Okay, looking like Abraham's daddy's daddy. Okay, looking like Moses with one foot in the grave out in the wilderness. He does not look good at all. Okay. Um, Looks like he's lost a considerable amount of weight. That jumpsuit looks like it's falling off of him. He got a haircut. He done shaved that beard. Nesto looks a hot ass mess. I don't know if he's sick in there, but whatever he's going through in there, we may not necessarily see it in the video calls. We may not necessarily hear it in his voice, but trust and believe, uh, Mr. Man is going through some stuff, and it shows because he done hobbled in here, like he been on a plantation for 100 years. Yes, a boss. Um, and hobbled into the courtroom. But anyway, so we're gonna get back to that. So there was a little bit of a tussle or something going on between the bloggers because apparently Dennis Byron came off the elevator and ran up against what who's being called the infamous crybaby now, the courtroom blogger, okay, and or infamous blogger, and she called him stupid ass and stupid fuck while he was walking down when he came out the elevator, while he was walking down the hallway. Okay, that was how she entered the building. So she done took off her Christianity cloak, okay, and then threw it somewhere. I don't know, threw it by the wayside. Called for no reason at all. Called this man a stupid ass and a stupid f. Okay, so that's what kind of started the drama. Then she finds out that she's not going to be able to stay in the courtroom. And for those of you who don't know, her channel was struck. Her main channel was struck. And she's in YouTube jail right now. She cannot go live from that channel. I don't know for how long. I'm not sure. But she's, she was counting on being able to stream to her back channel, because YouTube is her bread and butter. And, God don't like ugly. So you walking in the courtroom unprovoked, calling people just because you see somebody and you don't like them. So anyway, so that was that. So that started that whole thing. Okay. And I also found out that the judge was calling names and nobody wanted to answer. And it wasn't until he said, all right, I'm gonna start issuing warrants. Everybody, yes, a boss. Yes, judge. Everybody started speaking up. So let's talk about what happened during the hearing and why it was so short. Okay. So it was an arraignment, and typically what will happen at an arraignment is that they will read off the various charges. And so I guess Nesto decided that he didn't need anybody to read any charges to him, and he kind of waived that part. And so ultimately what an arraignment is, and I'm just going to read it to you from Lawson and Berry's website, is in Georgia, the term arraignment refers to a hearing at which the prosecution announces the charges it has filed against the defendant, and the defendant responds by pleading guilty or not guilty. An arraignment is also referred to as an initial hearing or an initial appearance. It is the start of the criminal prosecution of your case. Many times it occurs only a couple days after a person is arrested, but it can be scheduled weeks later. And we're going to come back to that scheduling. So what happens at an arraignment? So usually there's only one arraignment for the state and superior court cases. Sometimes people are allowed a continuance in order to hire an attorney. During this particular time, judges may force a person to enter a not guilty plea to move the case to the next stage. Okay. In municipal court, however, there can be multiple arraignments before a case is resolved. The reason for this is to give the state's attorney time to respond to discovery requests and to keep lines of negotiation open. Once the case comes to a standstill, the accused must enter a plea, whether it's guilty, not guilty, or negotiated plea. Now, the reason an arraignment is so important is because it has to do with filing motions. Now, again, I am not a lawyer. I am reading information off of a law website. If you guys have detailed questions, I'm going to refer you to Pam Esquire. The accused is required to file all motions either before or at the arraignment. These motions protect your rights, and it can make the difference an entire difference in your case. That's why it's crucial to hire a defense attorney. This is why Nesto was trying to, he's like, oh, I'm gonna need a good attorney. Okay, but his money tree done dried up. Okay. Shirley gone. Shirley gone. All right. And hold on just one second. I'm gonna pause just a minute, because I want to acknowledge Lazy Day has become a wisdom ambassador. Shout out to Queen Lazy Day. All right, we got a new wisdom ambassador in the building. Y'all go ahead and give this queen a shout out, because we be kidding now. Throw it up in the chat. Make her feel welcome. Thank you so much for making it official and joining the family. So yeah, I'm gonna get to your comments in a second. I'm gonna get to all the comments in a second. I'll come back to it. And so it's really important because of the motions that get filed, right? So if you appear at an arraignment and you don't have a lawyer, you might waive your right to file the motions in your case that can mean the difference between an acquittal and a conviction. Now, we already know that Nesto is likely not to be acquitted. That would be a huge surprise. It really would. Okay. And so here's the interesting fact. So arraignments were developed decades ago when many people were illiterate and they needed to have their charges read aloud. Now, this is not really the case anymore. And so it's an antiquated system, and people that request a formal arraignment, usually it's because they don't understand the process, right? But you do have the right to attend your arraignment and hear all the charges against you. Now, although a few people go through this formal process, it is your right also, if you want to do so. You don't have to go. Now, during this time, you can either state your plea, guilty or not guilty, or not say anything, and the judge will enter a not guilty plea in the record on your behalf. But your failure to enter a plea does not stop the process from going forward. Okay. Now, speaking of pleas, the interesting thing, okay, because it's news by now, everyone pretty much knows it by now, is that Ericka King is being offered, or was offered, a plea. Interesting. So all those theories about her turning state's evidence, she's talking, she's singing like a canary. Oh yes. Okay. Ericka called and said, tell Nesto she free, and heard all the calls with him and Sonia allegedly. Ooh, name change 412. That's messed up. And so he gets into the courtroom. They call his name. The judge is asking the prosecutor and the defense attorney how much time they need. And can you wootin'? Okay, we can't see his face right here. And I'm telling you why this lawyer is laughing. So Wooten is like, Judge, the state can be ready in 3 months. We're ready to go. And his lawyer, that's not a laugh like a ha ha ha. That's a laugh like you MFer, looks like he really want to say. Okay, like what? 3 months. So the judge gives Nesto's attorney 6 months just to get all the discovery, to make sure that they don't miss anything, and so forth. And that's it. He basically tells him, you know what, we're going to set another court date in 6 months. So Zesty Nesty, he gets to sit in jail another 6 months. Okay. That's what he gets to do. And I'm sure he's probably wondering why he did not get a plea deal. Interesting. And he's not going to get one. So that ship has sailed. Interesting. On these calls, he even said, well, I'm not going to take a plea. I'm not going to take a plea. Okay. So let me just say this. I have some information to share with you guys on good authority. I'm going to clear up some things tonight. Okay. There's information that has been shared with me, and I'm going to, this is what I'm going to do. I have been, some golden nuggets have dropped in my lap. And so when I'm ready to share a golden nugget with you, I'm going to say golden nugget in the sentence. So that will let you know that I'm sharing something that was dropped in my lap. There is some information that is so sensitive that I cannot share in this live, not tonight. And when I get the green light to share it, I will certainly do so. But I have some information on good authority, because while I was not at the courtroom, it could not be at the hearing. I had some eyes and ears, boots on the ground. Okay. And no, it's not who you think. Okay, because it's not anybody associated with this YouTube community, so it's nobody that you would know. That I can promise you, and that might be a good thing. Nesto's erectile dysfunction is in the building. Nesto looked like he had a diaper under his jumper. Let's take a look at this picture again. Did he have a diaper under his jumper? Ew. Ugh. I mean, I wish I had clearer pictures than this, but you know what? He looks a hot mess. Ericka King, the way she's looking today is a far cry. Now, you know, she has a medical illness, and she went through some stuff in jail. She went through it. Okay. So she has not gotten off scot-free. Okay. Nesto seems to feel some type of way, the fact that she was able to get out and he wasn't, but she was going through it. And it shows. Okay. Because this is what she looks like today. Okay. She is looking like my late stepmother. Okay. That's what she looked like. Now, if you look at the lips and the nose, it's like, okay, I see it. But, okay, you see the nose? Y'all see the nose? Okay. Same nose. But I can understand why Shirley may not have recognized this woman. And we're going to get into that in just a minute, because I have some information to share with y'all about that. Leo Lady 251, how you doing? So that girl rep of BK New York said, I can't do Dennis, he's too messy and boring. There was definitely some mess going down. You know, Pam Esquire addressed it on her channel. You know, she's like, no hard feelings. You know, could have been a miscommunication, but apparently the issue with why I thought she had another cameraman there, because she was concerned about getting good audio and video, and she just wanted to hire, you know, a professional that specializes in this. I'm not saying that that you know, Dennis is not, but I don't think Dennis is like a licensed videographer photographer. He videos, but I don't know if that's his area of expertise. And let's just keep it real. You know, there's no shade, but we know that some of the video footage that he's brought to us, the audio has not been easy to listen to. It's been really poor audio. And then I feel like Pam was ready in the event that she could get an interview with Ericka King. I believe that she might have known that Ericka King was going to be there. This is just my theory. Pam hasn't said this. I'm just telling you my thoughts, what I would have done. I think she was ready. You know, you always have to be on your P's and Q's. You don't want to ever get caught slipping. So I think she was prepared, and that it was her goal to get an interview if she could. I don't think that was something that was done just off the fly, but that's just my opinion. And so she had her own cameraman there, and Dennis felt some type of way. But the thing is, the reason why Pam stated, forget about my opinion, you know, Pam said she had a cameraman there because Dennis had stated that he was going to put the footage on in his members. And if they're doing a collab, how does that work? And so she's like, okay, well, if you're going to do that, then I'll just get my own cameraman. So that's what it was. It's no need to make it bigger than what it was, but that was the situation. I think Dennis understands now, and you know, I don't think there's any hard feelings. So Ernesto looked like his jumpsuit was wrinkled and ill-fitting. At one angle, it looked like he has holes in his jumpsuit. Not diaper man, come on. I know he shit some bricks in Ericka. So wait a minute, y'all. Why was Ericka King in the front row? Why was Ericka King in the front row? Remember, the title of this video is Plea Deals and Lies. So we're going to get into it. She, driving Miss Daisy was in the front row. Okay. So you guys riddle me that. And you tell me in the chat, why was she in the front row? Okay. Nesto said he was wearing his jumpsuit 3 sizes too big to keep away the game. He has a lot to be stressed about. He definitely looks frail. His skin looked ashen. Okay. You know, Ericka King had written a letter, and we're going to get into her story in a minute. Ericka King had written a letter, supposedly from her church, And I said she wrote a letter because we know that it was her that generated the letter. The letter supposedly came from her church about her medical condition. She was trying to do whatever she needed to do to get out of jail. And she talks about in her interview with Pam Esquire that she was eating cereal out of a soap dish. They weren't giving them any water. She wasn't getting her medicine. Oh, Lonnie says she's back on her main. Okay. All right. Well, she got her stuff back up and running. That's fine. But here's the thing. Some people never learn. Some people don't learn. And I'm hoping that she will take all her experiences in stride and learn from it. Right? Nobody wants to see somebody else doing bad. You know, no, at least nobody in the Wisdom family is praying on somebody else's downfall. But when you know better, you do better. Right? Shout out to Pam Esquire. You have to do better. Okay? A pimp named Nasty Nesto said, Prayer Warrior and Dennis are that uncle and aunt who say they've been divorced 20 years, but but the truth is they live in the same house and are just separated. Ernie only eating oatmeal. Yep. He's doing whatever he can to protect his booty virginity. Street begging in the blogs and Crimea River allegedly. Yeah, listen, like I told you guys before, be very careful with giving monies to bloggers, especially when they're hitting you up with a sob story, because you know you want to give to reputable charities. There are reputable charities out there. There's no reason to send money to a blogger who says they're going to send that money to a charity, because you have no way to verify that. Infamous missionary called Dennis out of his name and let a series of cusses flow from her lips. Yes, he can't hang on much longer. He is done. Sensible creation, sister. It's already over for Nesto. That look. Let me put it up one more time. Okay. Look at his face. Hold on a second. Let's look at this one. I mean, that is the look of utter defeat. Okay, utter defeat. And I wonder, since before he said he wouldn't take a plea, that was before the RICO. I wonder if he's trying to get a plea now. So you guys keep that little golden nugget in your back pocket and in the back of your mind. Is he trying now to get a plea? I don't think he's gonna get one. That ship is done sailed. But you know how it is when Ericka King got out because of her health condition. Now all of a sudden he's sick. He want to try to get out. You know, she got a deal. He might want to try to get a deal. All right. Let's keep going. So the judge basically says, you know, thank you, Mr. Williams, and we'll see you back in 6 months. I mean, it was you couldn't even process what happened. It was over so fast. Okay. Dennis's initial live that he did, the audio was horrible. You couldn't hear anything, but he did upload the actual video from the camera, and the audio was better. All right. So yeah, this guy right here is Nesto's new defense attorney. Somebody had asked about Hannah Rondon. Hannah Rondon is not handling the RICO. She's handling the SA crime. So she has not been kicked to the curb. She has not resigned. She's handling the SA crimes, the pedo stuff and all that stuff. So yeah. So let me just take a look at my notes. So a couple things. So let's move on from infamous people and crybabies and all that other kind of stuff. So after Nesto leaves and Ericka King. So why was Ericka King in the front row? Why was she in the front row? Ericka King was there to meet with her lawyer. Apparently she hadn't seen her lawyer for the first time. So she was there to meet with her lawyer and to discuss some things. We've been saying it that she's singing like a canary. Okay. She is trying to save her own behind. Forget Nesto. He didn't want them charges read because he didn't want to be associated with those charges out in the public. So he waived the reading of the charges. Well, it's too late. Everybody already know what's going on. It's too late. He waived his charges being read out loud, so no one knows about the child P and side charges. Now, I don't know if they were going to read those charges because I don't think those were in the RICO. I think this particular hearing was specifically about the RICO. So remember, Pam had done a live, I had done a live, a few other people did a live with those 39 counts, including the bigamy. So I believe that's what would have been read. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me in the chat. How do you curse from the very same mouth you sing praises and pray for individuals? Make it make sense. I don't understand. Yeah, listen, I can't make it make sense. I can't. Um, there doesn't seem to be there seems to be a lack of conviction there, and that's all I can say. So silly side and Esquire, I didn't see you standing next to your client in court yesterday. Where are you? Love it, Carson. Don't go nowhere, okay, love. Stay right where you at, because I'm gonna come back to that. Because one of the surprises that people were guessing is, would she show up? Well, I got a nugget for you. Okay, coming right up. But let me get to this. She got upset when she saw him. She got upset when she saw his camera equipment because she had lied the night before. No one was allowed to record. She lied a few times like that, telling his subscribers Nesto wasn't in court. Yeah, telling subscribers Nestor wasn't in court. Yeah, listen, I've said it before. You only get to lie to me once. Once a person shows you who you are, who they are, believe them the first time. Not to say that people can't be redeemed, but you have to look at people's actions. And when their actions don't change, then there you go. So that's good. His attorney did waive the reading. Yeah. Dre is gone. Dion is gone. And all Nesto has left is Silly Sonia and Missionary Sylvia, the curse and now notice there hasn't been a lot of talk since there hasn't been a whole lot of talk since that interview. Hasn't been a lot of talk from that camp. So I guess we'll have to find out from phone calls from prison if anybody is still going up there to visit and do, prayer and Bible study and stuff. I don't know. I can't tell you, but I just noticed it's been a little quiet over there. Honeybee, thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. She said, "Hey, WD and ambassadors, I see you, Queen." So Ericka King is over here trying to negotiate a deal. Okay, so how about this for a little nugget? She wanted a plea deal where she got no time. She didn't want to do any time in jail. She wanted a plea deal where she did not do any time. And the judge said, "Well, is there a deal? Yes, there is a deal. Okay, well, Ericka King has accepted the deal. So basically, he's like, what the problem is?" He didn't say that, but that's and so I guess the judge says something along the lines, "Well, okay, so I'm gonna document that there's a deal and that she's accepting the deal, and then we're going to give time because Kenya Wooten was like, well, we have like 25 some odd witnesses that want to come forward and want to tell their story. Okay, so unlike Coach Bonehead, who's trying to say no, they're not gonna come forward because they know they gotta show their face. Boo-boo. These victims, they want to talk. They want to come forward. Okay. Yes, they do. Don't trust Ericka. Exactly. We get. I was getting to a pause. Getting to it. Loving this channel. Let's get older member for 2 months. Thank you so much, Queen. Nesto knows how to get a plea. He snitched before. Well, that ain't gonna work because unfortunately, Ericka King, the Queen of the South, done beat him to it. And what we're gonna be getting into later is So here's the thing. We have been dragging Silly Sonia. Sonia Slowberry, Sonia No Berries, Sonia Wannaberry, Sonia No Strawberry, the side hen, the side coin, the side chick, the side hoe, the bald-headed heathen. Okay, now I'm calling her Coach Bonehead. She has many names. Okay, we have been dragging her through these streets because of her behavior with Nesto and her part in messing up this man's marriage and everything else. But there may be somebody out here who might have done some similar things, but worse. Okay. There's somebody out here that may have the same resume, the same circumvite as the Queen of the South. I'm sorry, as Sonia. Okay. Somebody out here. All right. So how's this for a nigga? Her name, she goes by the Queen of the South. May have done the same things that Sonia did. We're gonna talk about it, but I ain't ready to talk about it yet. Okay. WD, I take full responsibility. Not sure what I was expecting at the hearing, but Dennis said he was filming and that he was making it available for gold members only for $4.99, only to be made public. Oh Lord! So did you get a membership and then he made it public anyway? I'm so sorry, Queen. But you know what? Your gift will return back to you tenfold. So don't even worry about it. Yeah. So trial was over and done. Ericka King, she wants a deal. And she is singing. She's singing like a canary. Okay. A golden egg told me. Golden egg had a golden nugget. And that golden nugget told me that she's singing like a canary. She's telling them more than what they expected. Things that they didn't even know. Okay. I've seen a lot of things in the comments referring to where people suspect Ericka King and Nesto have committed crimes together and where and how long they've known each other. And all I can tell you is that scope, that radius is way bigger than what some of y'all are assuming in some of these chats. Okay. It wasn't on my chat. It was on Pammy Pam's chat. So go to Pammy Pam, look in the comment section, not in the live chat, look in the comment section, and you're going to see people talking about, well, she only knew him for yada, 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 and they only did stuff in XYZ states. Oh, really? That might not be the case. It's very possible that scope, that radius, okay, of where some of these crimes committed may be a lot larger than what than what we think. It's very, very possible. A lot of things are popping up. Remember, he did stuff in California. He did stuff in Kentucky. Here in Georgia. Where else did he do stuff? We got a whole country with a number of states. Okay. So Coach Bonehead keeps running with this narrative that, oh, well, just because you know a person for 20 years doesn't mean that you knew them for the full time. You could have just known them kind of off and on. And interestingly enough, when Ericka King spoke to Pammy Pam, she kind of said the same thing. Well, I've known him for 20 years, yet she calls him her boss. I've known him for 20 years. And, we met in church. It was actually his wife, Carol Lamar. We met at watch night service. And so I've been knowing him like that. I met Shirley a few times. Okay. Let's get into that. Let's just go right there. And I'm going to get into some other stuff for you. Let's just go right there. So let's talk about what is fact. She's known him for 20 years. He said it and she said it. Okay. However, their 20-year relationship, they're making it seem like it may have been off and on. But here's a nugget for you. They might have been messing around that whole time. They might have been messing around from the time that they met. Because think about it. She's a beautiful woman. Here comes Carol Lamar, the gospel singer. Okay? She go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain. Well, I'm telling it on YouTube. Okay? She met him at watch night. So for those of you who are not familiar with watch night, it is a very common church service that happens in the Christian Black church. And it is a celebration or commemoration of that night when slaves were waiting to hear if they were going to be free. Okay. It takes place on December 31st. And typically this service will lead us into coming into the new year. Okay. But that's what watch night is. It's a pretty big deal. It's as big a deal as, Monday, Thursday and foot washing and things like that. And it is, not just ushering us into the new year, but again, it's a celebration that is celebrating Black history, Black culture, and our freedom. It is really an acknowledgement of our freedom. All right. June's Poetry said Uncle Willie is in the building. He's present and accounted for. Okay. Oh, Lonnie said that Dennis is a photographer as well. Okay, I stand corrected. Well, either way, it it was clear. Um, but what I was referring to is Dennis does not, to my knowledge, does not do photography full time. I don't see how he could when he's doing the blog and stuff. So but that was just my theory that maybe she just wanted someone because she had a plan, but she made it clear. She made it very clear the reason why she had the second cameraman, and it was just it was she listen, she was, it's just business. She was protecting what she needs to do, and Pam is a woman of integrity. So if someone says, well, I'm going to put it in my members, well, then she already knows that's content she can't use. She can't have it in his members where people are paying for it, and then she's showing it for free on her channel. And then ultimately, apparently, Dennis didn't put it in members and made it free. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So getting back to Ericka King. So she meets Ernest Williams watch night. Okay, 20 years ago. Carol Lamar is very excited. She's so excited to show off her handsome fiance, because that's how she introduced him. This is my fiance. And I can only imagine. I wish I could do a skit. I wish I could film a skit. I can only imagine what that what that interaction was like, because I could see the looks going back and forth between Ericka, Queen of the South, and Nesto. Okay, and her partner, the deacon, because she's like, yeah, my life partner is a deacon. And that could be why she didn't want to be totally honest with Pam about this relationship, because she's been on the blogs. She knows that this is going to end up on YouTube. And Miss Boogie Down said, take us to church, WD. You sang and says, thank you so much, Queen, for the super chat, and may your gift return back to you tenfold. I approve this message. No, you're not blocked. We see you. We see you, Queen. You're not blocked. No. You're not blocked. I don't know what happened, but we see you. We see you. Yes, we see you. We see you. We see you. I just haven't gotten to those messages yet, but we see you. I don't block people on here, just so that you know. If someone is being outwardly disrespectful just for the sake of the energy at the picnic, they may get kicked out of the picnic. Okay, we might have to take their reunion t-shirt, their picnic t-shirt, okay, and kick them out. But that's only in very extreme cases. Okay. Pimp named Nasty Nesto said Ericka committed crimes across state where she doctored documents for him allegedly. So I can only imagine the looks going forth between Nesto and the Queen of the South. Okay, good looking woman. She's bodied. She got a beautiful body. Pretty brown skin. And Nesto he cannot keep it in his pants. And poor Carol Lamar and the deacon, they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what was going on. So anyway, but they that was his that might have been his first side chick. Okay, because Carol Lamar has not come out and told her story. She has stated that she's working on a book, but she has not talked much about what happened with Nesto, other than she saw him for what he was and she got the hell up out of Dodge. Now, think about what he did with Shirley, okay, with all of these women and whatnot. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, okay? It's not a new nugget, but it's a nugget. Shirley was separated from Nesto around February or March, okay, prior to him getting arrested. So this is February, March of 2022. If you listen to the jail call from April of 2022, you can hear it in Shirley's voice. She's done. She is done. She was so mad with this man, okay? And I'm going to come back to Shirley in a second, but men have patterns. So if he did that to Shirley, he likely did that to Carol Lamar, and that's what she got out of Dodge. She doesn't seem like the type of woman that's going to stay with a man that's messing with other women, okay? So I have it on good authority, but I believe that they were messing around, okay? because the way that he's eyeing her up and down in that video, Ericka King, Queen of the South. Hey, Nesto. You know, when my partner called me, I got to pull up. She didn't say it like that. I had to add a little sultriness to it, okay? But there are some of the a pimp named Nasty Nesto said there are some of the business she made into LLCs for Nesto, PR, radio station, fashion boutique, truck transport, churches, did all type of stuff. All type of stuff. Ericka ran the bus over her boss. She sure did. She threw that man all the way on the bus. She told him everything. She told them stuff that they didn't even know about. Okay. She was going to tell them whatever was necessary so that she can get a deal. Okay. Because the deal, again, she didn't want any time. She did not want, so I believe the conditions of her plea is a 5-year suspended sentence, which means that she will not get any time. Okay. She'll be on probation. Okay. And then once that probation period is over, as long as she doesn't commit another crime, she's home free. Now, if she commits a crime during that period, then she will get the time that she would have gotten those 5 years plus whatever time that she got for the crime. So I approve this message. Said the way Sylvia was acting in the courtroom was crazy, in that courtroom office. So what happened? So I know I'm jumping all over the place, but just follow me. Just deal with me tonight, being all over the place. So when she was asked to leave the courtroom, she was only allowed to go into the media room. Now that's where everybody goes. And allegedly, boots on the ground, eyes everywhere, Golden Nuggets told me that, she, and other bloggers have talked about this, that she literally was like having a whole fit. She was crying, and she's claiming now that Pam Esquire and Dennis and the other bloggers that were at the courtroom have it out for her. Nobody has it out for her. We wish she would sit the hell down somewhere, okay, and stop with the foolishness and the craziness, but nobody has it out for her. But she was upset. She was crying. She got instant karma, because she could have been a lady and took the high road and just didn't say nothing to Dennis. She didn't have to say anything. When you're at the courtroom, you're supposed to be professional, okay? Supposed to be professional, okay? That's how it's supposed to go, because this is business. This is a courtroom. This is not a playground. It's not the sandbox. It's not the little McDonald's where you go down a slide and you fall into the ball pit. That's not what this is. It's the courtroom. Ericka King gives me sociopathic vibes. Nobody can commit so many crimes and be that unbothered. IS can easily double as the leader of Baby Reindeer Stalker. Oh, okay. For those of you who don't know what Night Skin is talking about, Baby Reindeer is a show on Netflix. It's good. It's really good. It is a psychological type of movie. There's no guts and gore, nothing like that, but it is about a stalker, and it's about a man who kind of entertains this stalker, so to speak, and things just go from bad to worse. But it's actually a true story, and the comedian in Baby Reindeer, he's actually the actor, so he's playing himself. The real comedian who the story is about is actually playing himself, so it's actually really good. So go on Netflix and watch Baby Reindeer. It is not something that even though it's called Baby Reindeer, it's not for kids. It is not for kids. Okay. It's not even something you want to watch with your teenage kids, if you get my meaning. Okay. Anyway, so getting back to Ericka King. So poor Carol. All right. So Carol, she probably dealt with some things, and we'll probably learn some more things in her book. But the second thing that Ericka King said is that she met Shirley a few times. So let me share a golden nugget with you on that, because words can be misinterpreted, right? And so when you see, oh, she met him a few times, so Shirley didn't know who she was. She only met Ericka King a handful of times. And when she met Ericka King was introduced to her as Nesto's investor, a business investor. Okay. So she talks about the fact that Nesto basically during the day would drive Shirley around. He was driving Miss Shirley. That was his job. Okay. That was his MFing job. to drive his wife around wherever she had to go, like a chauffeur. Okay, that's what he did. And then at night, it was the shenanigans, So maybe he didn't come home from time to time, Maybe he stayed out for a few days at a time. Anyway, so, but it wasn't like they had a key. It was like in passing, right? How you get introduced to someone and it's like, oh, that's my business partner investor. Oh, okay, nice to meet you. Shirley is about her radio show. Okay, I don't know how Ericka King, was dressed when they met. Shirley may not have asked a lot of questions. Who knows if she was wearing these sunglasses? But the person in the picture, in that mugshot, that's Ericka King, but she looks so different from the actual person, right? And it wasn't like Shirley was around this lady a lot. It literally was just a few, like 2 or 3 times that they met. Now, many of you are very familiar with that picture that was on Instagram. And there's a woman in that picture. So it's a picture at a table. It's either Thanksgiving or Christmas. It's Shirley. It's a bunch of people around the table. Nesto tagged everybody in that photo, including Ericka King. And there's a beautiful dark-skinned woman in the front. That is not Ericka King. Nugget. Golden Nugget. Not Ericka King. But Ericka King might have been the one who took the photo. Okay? Might have been the one who took the photo. But that is not Ericka King in that photo. She was there. She was there. She was there at that event. They were in the same room. And there are times when like that, where they were in the same room, but not necessarily like, talking and engaging and stuff like that. Sometimes you can look at a person, but they don't really mean anything to you. So you're not really processing their facial features. You're not really, have you ever met somebody and you weren't really looking at them? And then the next time you saw them, you're like, oh, wow, you look so different from what I remember. You know what I mean? So I want to let Shirley off the hook just a little bit in terms of, for the people that are saying, oh, Shirley knew who she was and why she pretended. No, Shirley was getting driven around like a queen. My little cotton candy was being driven around. Okay. Yes, Charleston White said Ericka said she was an investor. That is how she was introduced to Shirley Strawberry, as an investor. Okay, so Shirley didn't think, anything of it. Okay, she didn't think nothing of it, and she wouldn't have a reason to. So Antoinette Allen is in the building. How are you, Shelby? Said, I think Ericka will get more time. Just 5 years taken away from the time she's going to get. I'm just saying, I can't wait until they get that side hoe. So here's the thing. Hold on one second before we get to that. Jones Poetry. This king is so generous. Thank you so much. All right, we done added 5 new ambassadors to the Wisdom Family Picnic. We got Pat B. And look at that. I approve this message you were gifted. You thought we blocked you. Queen, we didn't block you. We could see your messages the whole time. You was just being impatient because I hadn't gotten to your comment yet. TA Company, Leo Lady 251, and Natural Joy. Y'all have all been gifted by King June's Poetry. So listen, we got 5 new wisdom ambassadors. Throw it up in the chat because we begin now. Make these wisdom ambassadors feel welcome and give a huge thank you to June's Poetry. And King, may your gift return back to you tenfold. So, yeah, so allegedly Ericka King was messing around with Nesto pretty much the whole time. Okay. Pretty much they was messing around the whole time. And I love Pam because Pam is very good at reenactments. Okay. She has a natural talent, and you can tell as she's relaying the story of what Ericka King said, you can tell that that's the way Ericka King told it to her. Okay. So she would ask Ericka King certain questions, and Ericka King would kind of defer. So, have you watched Phone Calls from Prison? Well, then she starts talking about when she starts talking about when it hit one of the blocks. Okay, and then Steve Harvey, and how Shirley had said, we know what Shirley said about Steve Harvey. She was talking crap about him and his wife, right? She apologized for that and all that. And just the answers were kind of funny. So you can kind of tell she's not being honest. I honestly believe that she has been watching, and I do believe that she was messing around with this man. She claims that. And see, here's the thing. Ericka King implicated Nesto. Because in Pam's interview, now granted, we didn't actually see the interview like between the two. We just heard Pam say it. But Pam is saying that Ericka King said, yes, he did have that house next to her, but he wasn't there that often. He wasn't there that often. Okay. But didn't Nesto say what house? What house? I ain't had no house. I had no rental property. I don't know nothing about that house. I was in between houses, if anything. We're going to talk about Dominique name drop again in the conversation. we going to get there, kid. We going to get there. So yeah, so she she might have implicated that man, okay? Because he has vehemently denied having this property. He said that he kept his cars at her property because he was in between. He was moving out of his old place and he was in between, basically stating that they didn't have a place to stay, they didn't have anywhere to go. But she was messing around with this man while he was with Carol Lamar, while he was with Shirley. That's what he does. Think about what we've learned about him. Think about the testimonies. Think about the statements that the victim has made. Think about what he's done with Sonia. You really think this beautiful brown-skinned woman right here, you really think that he wouldn't mess around with her? Come on now. Yeah. Bama girl 012, I see it. Bald-headed heathen said, heck yeah, she been watching. Ericka been watching. She's been entertained like everybody else. And interestingly enough, her reason as to saying that why she hasn't been watching phone calls from prison is because the global tell link. You have 1 minute, right? So you have 60 seconds remaining. So that triggers her. She said that triggers her. She didn't look triggered at all in that courtroom. She was grinning like a Cheshire cat. She didn't look triggered at all in the courtroom. Okay. She wasn't shrunk down. This is a woman who said that, oh, I met Nesto. He was a member of my church. He was a member of the church. Now, remember, Ericka King was a pastor, or they said she was a pastor or a minister or something. So I imagine that I guess it was her and the deacon that had the church and was running the church. But either way, met the man in church. So now you're messing with his, Carol Lamar gets married to Nesto, obviously. And, she's messing with another woman's husband. And this is the woman, and they met in church, at her church. I believe the church that she was pastoring. Yeah, they was members of our church. And I don't think she said it of my church like I go to church and they was members. It sounded like she was trying to tell us she was pastoring the church. We'll get confirmation on that. So you got a woman who's in church. Husband's a deacon. Okay. But she's doing all of these crimes, messing with this man's husband. You really think that she stopped with Shirley? No, she didn't stop with Shirley. She definitely didn't stop with Shirley. And speaking of Shirley, let me drop something else on y'all with Shirley. Do you remember? Matter of fact, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I said I wasn't going to play. I'm going to play one short call. I think this call is like 60 seconds from phone calls from prison. I want to play this call for you guys. Let me just pull it up real quick. And this is the call that I was referring to earlier where you could hear that Shirley is done. Okay. She is sick of Nesto. Okay. This is, let me just find it real quick. And then I'll play it for you. So this call is from, let me see if I can find it. Okay. This call is from April 14th, 2023. I believe this is the call. Let me just check. Let me make sure this is the call. Hold on. See if this is it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I got it. Let me just play this one little short call. This is probably the only call that we're gonna listen to tonight because it's literally 60 seconds because that's all he has left in his account. Is 60 seconds. But I referenced this call a lot, so I figured I might as well just play it for you so you guys know what it is I'm talking about.
I wonder if Shirley is choosing not to load up his commissary account. This call was made on April 14th.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link. You have 60 seconds remaining.
Okay, say it again.
60 seconds. You have 1 minute remaining.
So you didn't put it in there yet?
Put what in there yet?
You got to put the money on the books, on the phone.
No, she has to ask me. You have to talk this out.
Oh, I
You have
didn't
to
know
talk
that.
this out.
Okay.
I didn't either. Yeah. So
Okay.
you have to talk this out, call back, and call back. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What y'all eat for breakfast over there?
I'm drinking some tea, and I ate some little, like tea cookies, and Debbie's eating some chicken and rice.
Oh, chicken and rice this time of night? This time of morning?
You eat eggs at night.
You know what? That's true. Thank you. You're sure right. I sure miss them pancakes too.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
So that is the global telling that Ericka King gets triggered by. She doesn't like listening to that. So Shirley says, put what in there? Oh, the money for the books. And she says, no, she has to tell me. You have to talk this out. I've always questioned who she was talking about, because some people said it was the global telling operator that just tells you, how much money you have left on the phone. And I'm like, that doesn't sound right to me. I always had a suspicion. Even before we found out that Sonia was talking to Shirley, I always had a suspicion that she was. Because I said, that's something, she's a sly devil, and so is Nesto. That's something that they would have done. And so here's a nugget for y'all. Sonia calls Shirley pretending to be a representative from Nesto's lawyer, his attorney, So, how she does her fake voice. Hi, may I speak to Shirley Strawberry? Yes, this is she. Oh, well, I'm calling on behalf of Nesto's law office. I'm calling from his attorney's office. Shirley's like, from Florida. Shirley says she ain't stupid. Okay? But the funny thing is, Coach Bonehead called Shirley the day before, pretending to be a relative, pretending to be his niece or something like that. Now, this information, this ain't in the calls. So you either can take my word for it, believe me or you don't. I don't care. I'm sharing with you what was shared with me. Okay? And y'all know I do not reveal my sources because I have integrity. I will never reveal my sources. Okay? And I always confirm with my sources what I can and cannot share. All right? So Sonia called her. This is when Nesto first got locked up. Because remember, Shirley was not taking his calls. They had said, remember earlier I said they separated in February and March of 2022. Not taking the calls, right? And so Shirley's not picking up. And Nesto's calling her. She's like, jail. I don't know who's calling from jail. She doesn't know that Nesto's in jail, right? And I believe that because it's like, really? I know you're not in jail again. You know what I'm saying? So she calls her pretending to be a relative of Nesto. And she's like, well, who is this? What did you say your name was again? Which relative of his are you related to? Sonya don't know his family like that. She didn't have a name. So she hangs up. Calls back the next day. Hi, may I speak to Shirley Strawberry? Yes, this is she. Hi, I'm calling from the attorney's office for Ernest Williams. Now, caller ID is a MFer. She's like, from Florida? She's like, well, I'm calling because he really needs you to take his calls, to answer his calls because he's been calling you. Okay? So Sonia had to call Shirley Strawberry to tell her to pick up Nesto's calls. And I believe there is a call that may reference a piece of this. Okay? If it sounds familiar to any of y'all. Okay? Lord have mercy. Shirley said, really, so his attorney's office. Shirley paid for the attorney, so she know what state the attorney is from. Anyway, another nugget, another question you should ask yourself is two questions. How did Sonia and Ernesto really meet? That's question number one. And question two is, how long have they really known each other? How long have they really known each other? Ponder that for a second. I'm going to get to these comments and we're going to talk about it. Ericka's under scrutiny. She cannot admit to anything jeopardizing her case. She's a smart cookie. No, absolutely right. But she didn't have to lie either. She just didn't have to answer the question. She could have just said, I can't speak on that. There's a lot of us that listen to that testimony, even though it was secondhand from Pam, but I do believe that Pam related exactly the way she got it. And yeah, I don't think she was being honest. Ericka's trying to appear innocent when actually she was the brains of the operation as far as the paperwork. Yeah, she was, but Nesto masterminded some stuff too. It wasn't all Ericka King. It wasn't all Ericka King. Remember, she's calling him her boss. So it wasn't all him. I mean, it wasn't all her. She masterminded some stuff. But Sonia wants everyone to believe that it was all Ericka King. Because remember, she even used that word. And she's like, well, and why would they be coming after you? Was she masterminded everything? And Nesto's like, well, ain't nothing to mastermind because nothing happened. And she's like, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That was one of the first. I think that was on the first call where phone calls from prison releases the call between Nesto and Inside Chicken. We learned that it's Sonia. And so that girl repping BK New York said, I'm not believing Ericka's lies. Yeah, she's not as innocent as you would believe. And the fact that not only is she's a church person, she told Pam, oh, my life partner is the deacon. He's the deacon. This is the same person who also wrote a letter on printer paper, just a regular white 8x11 piece of paper, handwritten, saying that it's from the church, trying to give be a character witness and attest to Ericka King being a model citizen. I think not. Okay. Yeah. She looked, for those of you who didn't see it earlier, this is Ericka King today. This is her today. And the reason why she's heavier is because of her medical condition. She may be on medications that's blowing her up. But she's been through it. She's definitely been through. She's been through the ringer. But getting back to Coach Bonehead, so this call is from April of 2023. What I'm referring to when I told you that she was calling Shirley and hanging up, pretending to be all types of people, okay, that was when Nesto first got arrested. So the next time he calls, Shirley realizes that, oh, it's him. Because have you ever wondered if she said, well, I wasn't answering any calls from jail. Like, who would be calling me from jail? With her bougie self, right? How did she learn that he was in jail? Why did she finally pick up? Well, now you know. Because Coach Bonehead called her to tell her that, your husband's in jail and he's trying to reach you. You need to pick up the phone. Ain't that sad? Now, I asked you two questions. I asked you, how did Coach Bonehead and Nesto really meet? Because we've heard they met in a gas station. We've heard that they met on his bus. She said that she met him looking for a place to rent for a business that was never going to come to fruition. And she didn't know it, but he had just leased the place. Well, here's a theory. I mean, a nugget for you. How about she met him looking for a barbershop job? She met him looking for a job at his barbershop. That's a possibility, right? Because he had a barbershop back then. It's very possible that she met him at that barbershop. Same barbershop where Hazel was at. Remember how nasty she was about Hazel? Trying to discredit Hazel and why would you take your clothes out for an interview and yada, 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 yada. It's possible that she might have been gunning for a job like Miss Jones. Y'all remember Miss Jones, right? Yeah, that's possible. What's also possible is that Sonia and Nesto met way earlier than what they're saying. And they let the cat out of the bag twice on two of these jail calls. Okay. Nesto did it and then she did it. She fumbled the ball when she was talking about when Dion had gotten shot and what year. And she was on Nesto's Instagram trying to pinpoint where he might have been to try to generate, manufacture, or engineer an alibi. How about they might have met as early as 2018? Think about it for a second. Do you remember? Think about this. The way Sonia talks about these cases, the girl, and she talking about this happened in January and they didn't even meet until August. The way that she talks about things as if she was there, And I've made comments on this, and I'm like, why? Because in my mind, I'm thinking that she's getting all her information from Nesto, and she's just repeating it secondhand. But is it possible that the reason why she speaks with such conviction, why she talks about things as if she was there, because she was? Is it possible that that's why she's so nasty to these victims? Okay, because she was with Nesto around that time and didn't know that while he was dating her, he was also messing around with the teacher, got the teacher driving around in his cars, gave the R victim the teacher's vehicle, taking her across country lines and on trips and all type of stuff, and going on trips with the R victim. And then there's the real estate agent. Why is she so nasty to these victims? I mean, real nasty. Why does she talk about things as if she was there? Remember the jail call when she plays Steve Harvey's radio show when Shirley went on there to tell her strawberry letter, the real strawberry letter, you know? It was titled, I Didn't Know I Was Going to Be My Own Strawberry Letter, right? And Shirley is talking about these storms. Oh, the storms were coming. It was July 4th and the storms were coming. They were coming, and it was foreshadowing what was to come. And then Sonia stops playing the Steve Harvey, because she played the whole thing for him. And I could feel the gloat through my computer. And then he says, well, Shirley was sure right about one thing. She was right about them storms. You remember? Them was some bad storms. And Coach Bonehead says, no, remember, because I was in Florida on the beach riding my bike. I was riding my bike on the beach in Florida. And you said, and you was in a hotel, remember? And he says, his whole voice changes. Mushmouth, Shirley was sure right about one thing. Them storms sure was bad. Why would you say that on a recorded line? He got so articulate so damn quick. Why would you say that on a recorded line? And she's like, because you did. No, but I'm saying no, because you did, because you told me. You remember you text me? And you said you was in a hotel. Is it possible that Sonia was lying about riding her bike on the beach in Florida? Why would he say, do you remember something if she wasn't there? Oh, yeah, she was there. And she was probably in that hotel with him, visiting him. I'm just saying, these are, this is all alleged. You can choose, what you want to take and what you want to believe. You can pick it apart. There are some other interesting things. Oh man, it was something juicy I really, really want to share with you, but I don't have permission. So what I will say is that I'll say this. This I can say. Nesto is notorious for this mush mouth, this soft country, backwoods, uneducated, Uncle Tom field ninja. Okay. Talking like he don't have no teeth in his mouth. Non-threatening, right? Until that pimp nasty Nesto come out. Well, his new lawyer might have already gotten a taste of pimp nasty Nesto. You know how, because I have to imagine that the same way Nesto has talked on some of these calls, demanding stuff, the same way that he talked to Tasha K, telling her to do her MFing job. What makes you think he's not talking to his own lawyer like that? Demanding stuff. You better get me out of here and type stuff. Like in the movies. It's really like in the movies. It's really, really like it. So yeah. Where is it? Yeah. This ninja right here. So Shirley may not have known really who Ericka King was. Who knows what name he introduced her as? He may not have given a name at all. Oh, she's an investor, right? Because Nesto only tells Shirley just enough information to control. And see, as long as Shirley was being driven around, taken shopping, okay, taken to her little parties and whatnot, and all that, She wasn't worried about a thing because she thought her man was taking care of everything. She put everything into his hands thinking that he was taking care of it. Okay. Remember when she says to him, because you shouldn't be moving in these streets the way that you're moving, knowing that you've got warrants. You need to take care of this. You need to get your record expunged, and you need to take care of this. Because she thought her man was handling it. So if we're gonna drag Coach Bonehead through the streets, gotta take Ericka King with her. And Ericka King, see, Coach Bonehead says she's an atheist. She don't believe in anything, nothing, nobody. But you have this one over here who's still talking about church and when you're telling Pam, like if you're a Christian, yeah, Pam's a Christian. She don't gotta tell people that she's a Christian. You could tell. Anyway, yeah, because my life partner's the deacon. Yeah, she didn't want the deacon to know that she's been messing around this whole time. And who's the deacon? Is it possible that the deacon is Mr. James, the same person who she was with when she was going through this fake company to rent that house on behalf of Nesto? Remember the landlord said that it was a I think they used Dominique. It was Dominique and James somebody. I have to go back and look at that paperwork, look at those statements. Okay, it was either that her house that she rented or the house across the street. So I'm a little tired, so I may not have my facts all together. But the point is, he was there. He was a part of this. Or when I say a part of this, his name was put in it. But, the landlord did say that he was there. Why was she using the name Dominique? Dominique was his assistant. Ericka King, Queen of the South, is a bona fide liar, y'all. You can't really believe too much that she's gonna say publicly. Because as someone said, she's trying to protect her neck. Now I'm pretty sure behind closed doors, she told them what she needed to tell them and made sure she told them good enough stuff so that they would have no reason to deny her what she wanted, which is a plea deal, which she doesn't get any time. And the thing is, I don't understand how Wooten, Kenya Wooten, agreed to a plea deal with no time. That's interesting. Well, we gonna see if that's gonna stick, because I don't know if it's officially on paper. You know what I mean? I know that they talked about it. The judge acknowledged it. I'm not sure what the official word is. But yeah, if because Wooten did sound a little shaky. He didn't sound like he wanted to agree to it. The judge kind of like twisted his arm. That would explain why Sonia was looking for him for 5 weeks. She found him in jail. What made her look for him there? What did she know about him? Well, I guess she figured if he ain't dead, she doesn't see anything about funerals on Shirley Strawberry's page, and he doesn't, he must be. So she must have known. She must have known. Getting back to Sonia. Sonia has known Nesto a lot longer than what she said. She might have been around. Not physically with him, but knowing him in his life at the time that some of this stuff went down. Because the way that she talks, that's not that ain't secondhand. Lisa Glaze said, WD, on an early call, I believe he got in touch with Shirley a few days after his arrest. Didn't Sonia get in touch with him weeks later after searching for him? I may be mistaken, but I'm not sure. Bike equals scooter. She was riding that scooter on the beach. Lisa Glaze, I'm not sure, but if it's something Nesto said, you can't really trust what he says. And Shirley also did not necessarily want people to know what was what. Okay. But we know now that she was calling Shirley and in contact. Because remember the call where she's like, "Oh, so now you want to tell her? Now you want her to know about these charges? Now you want me to talk to her?" This story has so many layers. It's not over. Okay. There is so much more to this story than we know. Nesto had his little sticky ass fingers everywhere. Okay? Everywhere. That man was all over the place doing stuff with his sticky ass fingers. And interestingly enough, although Ericka King was mentioned somewhat in the RICO, she hasn't been hit with the RICO. Why? She was involved in some of this stuff. So even though she's taken a plea deal for the current charges, that doesn't mean that she may not still face a RICO of her own. I'm just saying, chicken nugget. I'm just saying. Abe Lincoln, Nesto, you can fool some of the people all of the time and all of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all of the time. Think you slick? But you can use a little grease. Jules Poetry is stupid. That's why his ass is still in jail looking like he's 80 years old. Shirley had no idea what she was getting herself into. No idea what she was getting herself into. Okay. I'm just gonna pause for just a second. Make sure you guys check out Butters and Black Soap. They are a local family-owned business here in Georgia. They make natural oils. They make all type of shea butters. And when I tell you their products are the it, okay, go on my community page. I took a picture of the little shelving unit in my bathroom, and I think I don't have one of all their products, but I got a lot. I got a lot of stuff. But I love their African black soaps. It has done wonders for my skin. I'm loving that body oil. My skin is glistening right now. My skin is so pretty. Okay. And I've suffered with dry skin all my life. I had eczema as a kid. I kind of grew out of it sort of as an adult. But eczema never really goes away. I don't have that dry, patchy skin, but I have blotches, you know. So to be seeing my skin nice and smooth and glistening, yeah, their products are awesome. And I've been using their hair products, and I'm in love. That's all I'm gonna say. So check them out. Use code Wisdom for a 15% discount. And as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna share one little testimony with y'all. Somebody left a comment on my page that was so cute. I gotta share it with the owner because it was cute. So she said, hold on a second, that's not the one. It was Snoopalicious. Snoopalicious, I'm reading your comment. She said, I'm on the replay and my husband hears you regarding the soap. He's like, I need you to order some more. I'm almost out. She said, he used up all my soap. That is hilarious. Snoopalicious, your husband used your African black soap. That's funny. Now, this stuff is good. It's good. And I'm telling y'all, I love the lavender black soap. That is my new favorite. I'm going to try the peppermint. But when I tell you that lavender, because listen, I go to work smelling good, feeling good. It's very invigorating. I underestimated the power of aromatherapy. So yeah. I be having my own little spa shower every morning now. Make It Rain said, I will not be working and giving my money to no man to handle the bills. My money I handle. I know that's right. Yeah, she left. I believe she left him to do everything, and she was trusting him to do what he was supposed to do. Because remember, she comes from that generation. Not the new generation. The new generation, we split it 50-50, you know, and most of the time, it really the woman paying 80% and the man paying 20% because, you know, and there's a lot of men on here who are like, nope. I'm a provider. I got my woman. I got my wife. I got my boo. She ain't got to worry about nothing. But in this new generation, it's very hard because it's just you're not really seeing men who hold that value of being provider, right? You got strong women who've made it very, very easy for men. And so you do have a lot of relationships now where the woman is the breadwinner. So what I want to do is I want to open up these phone lines because I know y'all got so much to talk about. And I want to hear from you guys. And you guys tell me what you guys think about some of this. So I'm going to open up the phone lines. Let me just drop the link in the chat. We have not done that in a while. And whenever we have done it, it's been a lot of fun. So let me just drop this in the chat. This is the link to StreamYard. And so just so you guys are aware, when you do come up to speak, we're focusing on the Ericka King situation and Nesto. We're not really going to talk too much about the other bloggers and all that stuff. And YouTube they are throwing down the hammer on YouTube channels. Okay. So we're not, it's certain things that we just not necessarily going to get into. So I don't think I have to go into a whole discourse, but yeah, you guys have pretty much been on here. You guys know certain words and things that we have to stay away from. But anyway, but would love to hear from you guys. So I'm dropping it in the chat, and feel free to come on up. What you need to do when you click on the link, okay, you're going to need to click out of the current YouTube page that you have on, whether you're on your phone or your computer or wherever. Okay. And then you'll be able to unmute yourself, but you can't have both because it's going to create feedback. All right. So in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to keep reading your comments, but I know some of y'all got something to say. Y'all don't have to be shy. Y'all don't have to be shy. I'm very protective at the Wisdom Family Picnic. You do not have to, you can be comfortable having your own opinion, and nobody's going to come for you in this chat because we don't do that over here. We respect the difference of opinion. All right. Snooperlicious say you don't tend to have life partners in church. Right. She didn't say my husband. She said my life partner. So I guess whoever her life partner is, they maybe they're not married. I wonder what her life partner thinks about all this. They're men. I don't think he talks to men like that. Remember how he cowered when she called the lawyer on three-way, or how he Dre puts him in his place? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ericka doesn't strike me as a church lady. She's such a chameleon. Listen, knowing her, she's probably stealing from that church. That church is probably a cover. Shirley wanted a bad boy, and she definitely got what she wanted and then some. I said what I said. You know, I think in all fairness, Shirley was looking for a decent man. And I just think that I think it came from a place of desperation and not from a place of, I prayed for a man and I prayed for a man. I'm gonna come back to that. Don't y'all let me forget. I got something to share with y'all about that. All right, so we got Jess coming to the stage. How are you, Jess?
Oh, doing good. How are you doing, Wisdom's daughter?
I'm doing good, Queen. Talk to us.
So I'm just impressed with Ericka because I just think she could have a couple of things going on. I think she can be in ill health. I also can think she can be smart as a fox. And I think that Ericka is instructing her deal to the best capability. And right now, she might be giving Wooden a run for his money right now, because I wonder how much did Wooden talk to James, because the fact that they let them live together while she was under house arrest and wearing her ankle monitor, I'm assuming, as it was earlier in the case, she's still living with James. That's like living with, a conspirator. So we know Dominique and James were on her end, and there's a couple other people I've kind of heard come in the wash on her side that helped her do these shenanigans. So I'm just wondering, how much is Wooden getting in that bush of seeing what other stuff that she was doing on her own that kind of synced in with Nesta?
You have such a valid point. And I remember it might have been Bougie who was the first person who even mentioned that. Like, wait a minute, this name is familiar. Like, how is it that she was able to get out of jail and move in with this person whose name who was implicated, whose name was listed as someone of a person of interest, so someone who may have possibly been connected to this case. So yeah, that's a really, really, really good point. Absolutely. I don't know. But what we do know is that Wooten is the Rico guy.
And then that also brings to interest, if you want to also think of from her perspective, when we were listening to Pam doing the interview, and she mentioned her previous husband, the comedian from Wild Out. We only call him the comedian because she is smart enough not to name him. That's what I'm telling you. Ericka is sly as a fox.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, when her first husband, the comedian, divorced her, he had to name over 24 different names. 24 different aliases because he knew what kind of ish Ericka is on. I'm just saying, Wooden needs to use these 6 to 9 months wisely and really make that queen for a day work in his favor. And I'm going to hop off.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us. I appreciate you, Queen. All right, we have Glorious coming up. How are you, Glorious?
Hey, Wisdom, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. Talk to
I,
us. What you got?
I'm all over these YouTube streets, so
All
uh,
right, now she said I'm everywhere.
I am everywhere, honey. I am everywhere because I'm nosy, so I'm everywhere. So what I wanted to just say, I was thinking because I was somewhere else in the YouTube streets, and somebody brought up a great point, and I had never really, I never really thought about this, so just bear with me. So they offered this young lady that peach of a deal. Let's just be honest with you. That deal, and associated with the RICO case. So, and I'm thinking, and somebody else brought this up. So now I'm thinking that I'm wondering if they feel they have bigger fish to fry. Remind you, this is a RICO. So, and RICOs are not usually one person. So I'm wondering if they're going to cast the net a little bit further out to draw in some other people at a later date. I just wanted to bring that up. Wondering what you thought about that, but I wanted to bring that up. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I thought I had something else, but I forgot.
That's okay. If you think of something else, bring it up in the chat. But no, you definitely bring up a very good point. I mean, they are, is Nesto the big fish, or are there other fishes out there? Is this the only Rico that he's going to get hit with?
Or
There's another question.
Or
Mm-hmm.
anyone else. I mean,
Absolutely.
because to be honest with you, I was surprised that I was surprised at the deal that was offered to her. I was surprised at that. So, in other words, either I'm thinking that he's going to be thrown completely under the bus, or they're trying to go after, or they may gather some other people.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out because again, I find it so hard to believe that Wooten would not give her any time at all.
Right.
So I don't know what happened there, and the way he hesitated, something is definitely going on. But what I will tell you is that because people have been saying it a lot in the chat, and there's a couple of comments I'm going to respond to, but people have been saying a lot just on the YouTube streets. What about Coach Bonehead? What about her? Will she be implicated? Is she going to do any jail time for what she's done in her hand in this? And I believe
Yeah,
it's very plausible that once they get him and they get Ericka King situated, they're coming for her too. They come. It's too much
I would
out
not
here.
be surprised. I will not. I would not be surprised. And I'll say I would not be surprised at that because I was surprised at that tapping on the wrist of kind of a deal she got. I was surprised because someone, but usually when they let somebody off like that, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking that usually when they let somebody off like that, they're looking for some bigger fish somewhere else. They're looking, and not just one.
Mm-hmm.
But usually others, because somebody was bringing up the fact that, and I think it was somebody who I assume may have had a legal mind. It says that when you have a RICO is not just one person. A RICO is a an organization kind of or gang or something like that. That's RICO.
Mm-hmm.
So but I don't know. I was just thinking that because I was surprised by the fact that she got such a that she a tap on the wrist.
5-year suspended sentence. So let's see if that sticks. Make It Rain said this is why he has a RICO case against him. Ericka took a plea deal and told him everything. But here's the thing: Ericka didn't. Those charges were raised against him before Ericka took the deal. Remember, there are 25 witnesses out there, so it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't just Ericka. So they didn't need Ericka to charge him with a RICO, right? But they know that there's more to all of this, and Ericka was gonna have to not just corroborate, right? Because they have victims' testimony, they probably have some kind of evidence. They were gonna need a whole lot more than that, and so Of course she's saying. She talked, and I'm sure she made sure she told them enough stuff so that they might, agree to it. I'm just quite surprised that they would agree to that. And there was something I was going to share with you guys, another little nugget that I forgot. So the Real Brown Family Chronicle said Sonia can't show up to court appearances with Nesta because she's done so much dirt and talked negatively about people. She doesn't know she doesn't know she's safe in these YouTube streets or the streets. So how about a little birdie told me that they happened to see somebody peeking into the courtroom dressed in dark sunglasses, looking like a little girl, and was of a very light complexion. If you look too quick, maybe could have passed for white, but looked like a little girl. Now, who do y'all know that would be wearing sunglasses, that's light complexion, that would be doing something as dumb as keep opening the door and peeking in the courtroom? Now, again, I wasn't there, so I can't tell you. This is allegedly, but yeah. So Coach Bonehead might have been there, but she didn't have the guts to walk herself in that courtroom. So, and I don't know if anyone else who was in the courtroom was really paying attention to the back door, but yeah, that's yeah. So, because there was a lot of bloggers that was there. Okay, so anyway,
I wouldn't be surprised because I watched another blogger's, well, the person is not affiliated with the Nesto thing. They do their own thing, and it has an issue with the other blogger. I'm sounding like him, Martin. Like Nesto.
It's okay. I get mush mouth itis all the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna really sound like him. Them folk that knew them folk. So no, they did a live and they were saying that there were groups of people in there, and and the groups of people, some looked like they were there for him, and some didn't, but they all look kind of strange. That's the way he kind of put it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if anybody saw Dion, because I thought I done spoke to so many people yesterday. I thought somebody told me that Dion was there, but I don't know, and I haven't heard anybody say for sure if Dion was there or not. So that'll be a question to put out there. Did anybody see Dion? And I'm gonna tell you like this: I don't think we're gonna hear any calls from Dre, between Dre and Nesto. I don't think we're gonna hear any more calls. I think that relationship is a wrap. I think it's
really. Really?
Yeah, I think that's.
I was wondering what happened to that. But we haven't really heard any. Well, I guess we did hear some recent kind of calls. Yes, we did in April and in May. So that
not from Dre. I think Dre is hurt. I don't think we're gonna be hearing from Dre anytime soon. I'm going to try to see if I can get a status update on Dre, and I'll let you know. And when I say status update, I mean just that. Like, I can tell you, hey, I was able to reach out to somebody and they told me Dre said whatever. Because I don't think he's gonna do an interview. I don't even think I'm gonna ask, to be honest with you, because I don't think he wants to talk. I think he's just done. That man is hurt. I mean hurt. And I'm just gonna leave it there. Hold on one second, Glorious. So Georgia Pete 777 said, "You're wrong on your timeline. Shirley talked to Nesto in July 2022. Her truck was taken in July." Her truck was not taken in July. Her truck was taken in October. Georgia Peach, her truck, you have to go back to the calls. Her truck was taken in October. I believe it was October 31st, actually. It was around Halloween that her truck was taken. But the call that I was referencing was from 2023. And then I was telling you that was how Shirley found out that Nesta was in jail. Allegedly that, Coach Bonehead might have called Shirley pretending to be somebody else, talking about your man in jail. So anyway, I just wanted to correct that. But certainly, if you think that I got something wrong or this information is not correct, by all means, correct me in the chat. Sometimes it's just clarification needed. But yeah, Glorious. Yeah,
I'm going to drop back down because I respect your wishes, and I'm not going to beat a dead horse by talking about the blogger show, but so I'm going to leave that alone. It's just it's actually, but I will say this: it's it's hilarious. It's comical to me at this point. I'm sorry, it's comical to me because I'm here for it. I'm here for the pettiness a little bit. So
Yeah, it is quite entertaining. Okay, I agree with Carol Lamar. This has been quite entertaining. I mean, it's better than any reality TV show that I've ever seen.
yeah.
Okay, I think that's where the appeal is that it is better than. Oh my gosh, Marathon Girl 27 said maybe her life partner is a woman, but she said deacon. She didn't say deaconess. Glorious, it was so good talking to you, Queen. I appreciate
You
you
as
coming up.
well. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming up.
No, thank you for having me. Bye
Oh,
bye.
you're
Bye,
welcome.
y'all.
Positivity Speaks that I believe Ericka Nesto had this enterprise where she introduced Nesto to the elite women, and they would set them up. I think Sonia wanted to be just like Ericka, just to be close to Nesto. Because apparently Coach Bonehead knew about Ericka King. Because remember, she was like, yeah, because at first when they were saying the girlfriend and they was talking about Ericka, it's just, it's like, think about even 8 months ago, right? Where let's go back to September, October, November. There were things we just knew, we knew what it was, right? There were bloggers saying that the house that Nesto had rented, that him and Shirley were living in that house right next to Ericka King. Shirley had never lived in that house. So there were things that we got wrong and we didn't know. And then as the story is unfolding, so there are things that may sound out of order and may sound right. Give it a few more weeks and a few more months, and then you're gonna be like, oh wow, yeah. Okay, so some of the stuff I'm giving you, it'll come out. Aqua Queen said, I'm so late. I'm just getting off work, able to catch you live. Hey, Wisdom in chat. Well, how are you, Aqua Queen? Nesto presented himself as a law-abiding citizen and Shirley fell for the BS. She did. She fell for the smile. I just don't understand with her sophisticated self how she could be with a man that talks like that. Now, I don't know if Nesto did his best to speak properly around her, but I do remember her saying, well, you never talked to me like that, when he was reading her what she wrote, or she was reading back what he wrote about something. I don't know if it was something for his book or whatever it was, but she says, wow, who wrote this? He was like, I wrote it. She was like, you wrote this? You never spoke that way around me. So Shirley did not know who she married. She said she did, but she didn't know. She didn't know who she married. She could have not known that it was all of this. She knew that the man had a past, but she didn't do enough digging. She had no idea. No idea. Sonia wishes she had a brain. If I only had a brain. Y'all cutting up tonight. Aqua Queen says Sonia is nothing but a babbling fool. She goes on and on about nothing, living in a fantasy world. And actually, I didn't pass over the comment, but I put it up really quickly. Queen Lily said, I do not believe in 50-50. Y'all, Queen Lily ain't playing. She like 50-50 where? 50% is more for the man. If I pay 50, we're roommates. What do y'all think? If we pay 50-50, does that mean we roommates? Nesto is their big fish. She's not getting time because she has told everything she has on that nasty Nesto. Yeah, I think so. I'm just surprised, but we'll see. Because again, I look at body language, and when I looked at the video, and Wooten is hesitating, and he's like, "Well, did you not receive the plea?" He says, well, yeah, it's in my email." He said, "Okay, so you know that there's a plea." So I don't know if he didn't read it well. Maybe he didn't anticipate that part of the agreement was going to be her asking not to do, any time or wanting not to do any time. But somebody messed up. That's all I'm gonna say. K Stable said, WD, I think when she said life partner, she is speaking of a female. Her choice words give me that vibe. That's how LGBT speak. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you're right. That is true. That is right. You sure is right. You sure is right. Can you woo? Wooten did not want the bloggers to know, and now the cat is out of the bag. Well, too late. Nesto was the bigger fish because his crimes are all over the board. I'm sure there will be more folks once Nesto's trial starts. Yeah. Ericka keeps saying that Nesto is her boss, and she still says it like that. Not, like, yeah, he was my boss. It's just weird. It's really, really weird. Um, I don't think that Ericka King is a victim in any of this at all. I think she met her partner in crime. Yeah, you can call her a queen pin. I mean, he called her the queen of the South, the queen of the South. So Sonia does not have a light complexion, right? Because remember, she's 3 shades of black. um, yeah, someone listen. It could be a coincidence, but I just found it interesting because how many small adults look like a child, and of course, she's got her hair up in a ponytail, the way she wears it. You saw the video jail visit where she was dressed like Chucky with the overall. She did look like a little kid. You saw the one where she had the little bun in her hair, and he's like, "You look like 11, 12, 13 years old." Wow. Just fascinated at the fact that she looked like a little girl. Ugh. Once a hearing has started, I thought bailiffs make sure the door is not open on a whim. It might have been before the hearing started. It might have been before the hearing started, because I don't believe anyone can enter the courtroom once it starts. I don't believe so, but it could have been before it started. She might have been looking to see who was there. The co-defendant that's released from jail first is typically the one that talks, right? If Nestor was smart, he would have done what Ericka King did. He would have started singing like a canary. Okay? But no, he over here with Coach Bonehead trying to put their whole defense on YouTube. Someone said it in my comments, once they realized that the calls were all over YouTube, everything that they were talking about wasn't just conversation between them two, other than when Sonia goes into her discourse and it becomes a Sonia show. But all that other stuff was for us. It was them trying to tell the prosecutor and anyone that's going to be involved in this case against Nesto to try to tell them what really happened, as if that's going to make a difference. I can't. Life partner does also mean a male and female living together for years and not married. It often takes place of common law marriage. Yep, you're right. It could be either one. I'll tell you, I'm leaning more towards that it is a man and they're just not married. It's common to drop or reduce the charges of the minor players, even grant them immunity if it means they can testify against or implicate the whale shark. Yeah, that's why. Where is she? That's why she looks like this. Hey, everybody. It's Ericka King, queen of the South. That's why she looked like this. She doesn't look bothered at all. Not at all. She don't look bothered. So Queen Lily says Sonya don't look white. She's a brown girl. She's not even light skinned. Why don't she buy a fat suit from Temu, put on a wig, and then going into the courtroom? I don't know. It may or may not have been her. It's just very interesting. It was someone who fit her description. And who else would be peeking in the damn courtroom looking like a little kid? Okay. I'm just saying. So y'all choose to believe what y'all want to believe. Whoever is there for him, they can at least bring him snacks, a shirt, and a tie for court. I'm just saying. Juju D says Sonya was talking to Ias on the phone about her puppies during the court hearing. What? Lord. So wait, Sonya was talking to Ias on the phone about puppies in the court. Okay, well, if she was on the phone with Ias during the hearing, then she wasn't at the court, unless she was talking to her on the phone and she was in that hallway somewhere. That's possible. I am Mrs. BB says Shirley is too old to be such a fool and allow someone like Nesto into her life. She was desperate for a man and ignored all the signs. I agree. We don't, and it's not that we are that is not to be mean or anything like that, but let's just be real here. She's, in her 60s or late 50s, 60s. She's already had one failed marriage. She's ready to put herself out there. Here this man comes and he's talking about God and all this other stuff, and it sounds good and it looks good and he smells good, and he's dropping that liquid V in the bedroom, and it wasn't until she got caught up, and it wasn't until she was already in too deep that, she's starting to see what it really is. And love is blind because we choose to be blind, right? When we say love is blind, it's because we're making a choice to be blind and just love, right? It's not love that does it. It's us. Because at some point you got to make a choice. Night Skin said Dre is at home cooking oxtails and minding his business. Dre in the bushes at the picnic. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Hey Dre, hey, ain't listen. Hey Peach Cobbler. Deanna's in the mulberry bushes. Nesto looked defeated at his arraignment. He did. He looked horrible. All right, hold on one second. Let me just get to it's a lot of comments. All right. So Miss Tawana X, thank you for being a member for 4 months. She said, thank you for correcting me on the day of the week. It's my Friday. Listen, I know that's right. She said, look at here. It might be Thursday for y'all, but it's Friday for me. Queen, happy Friday. I love it. It's almost Friday for us. But we're not going to bring this live into Friday. I promise you that. I'm going to get to a couple of more comments. Let me highlight a couple of more comments, and then we're going to wrap up. That 70s chick at Queen Lily. I was about to say the same thing. Sonya ain't light skin, only in her mind. All right. I'd be hurt too if the person I thought was my homie was a deviant and lied to me every chance he got. Dre is trying to live right, night skin. I know that's right. Name change 412 said, oh, put up your disclaimer, WD. Yep, let me go ahead and put it up. I didn't put it up tonight. Let me go ahead and put it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for having my back and for the support. So also, guys, don't forget, make sure you are subscribed to the new channel. So I'm getting the interviews lined up and getting some of the marketing things lined up for that. But I have a couple. I want to try to plan as many shows as I can. But listen, we gonna start out the gate with the gloves. Okay, we taking the gloves off starting out the gate. And what do I mean? What I mean is that I want to give you something that's worth your time. I have some really good topics. I've been talking to my creative team about it, and everyone is really excited. So make sure you subscribe to Bad Girls Talk. Okay, Bad Girls Talk. I'll put it up in the chat. All right, it's at Bad Girls Talk. And this is the new channel, which is going to be kind of an adult, somewhat of a grown and sexy version, of the picnic. We'll have a Kiki over there, and then we're going to really get into some things, over there. But the style of the show, it's not going to be a duplication of what we do over here. So I really do think that you're going to enjoy that. But it's really going to be talk show style. All right. I think investors may be the key link to all of Nesto's Rico scams. Yeah, he got sloppy. Crackish Ragged Bone loves to talk about how Ericka looks, but today Ericka looked good and unbothered. She sure did. You see her? She looks unbothered. Okay. You can tell she's been through some things, but she ain't stressing. She is not stressing. And I hope that she has I hope that she has really considered her past and that she's ready to move on and live right. That's all I can hope. I hope she doesn't have the same condition that Nesto has. That's what I hope. What did you think about Ericka essentially saying that he was a chauffeur? I believe it. I believe it because we saw the videos. We saw the videos of him chauffeuring Shirley around. And I don't think it was said with any kind of shade. I don't think it was being said to be nasty. I believe that that's kind of like what the relationship was. And I don't think Ericka King was around her very much. Not at all. Not at all. Don't think so. And certainly Ericka King looks, when she got booked, looks nothing like how the other person did. So she's like, so he's like, yeah, so you see who I'm with, right? She's like, yeah, who is that? He's like, Ericka, I can't pronounce her last name, Badoo. She's like, do you know her? He's like, yeah, I know her. And I think it's genuine. I don't think that's one of the times where Shirley is playing. I don't think so. I don't think this is one of the times where she's just playing around. Nesto was always looking for investors to scam off the top from. Absolutely. Absolutely. At my church, both men and women are called deacons. Women are not called deaconess. Okay, so yeah. So we got a couple of possibilities, but what we do know is that she's living with somebody who is also a part of this case, and we don't know necessarily if they picked up on it yet. All right. So Nightbot said, good night, everybody. It's past my bedtime. All right, Nightbot. You done ate up all the food and drank up all the liquor, and you didn't even go to the store and see what we wanted, but now you're going to bed. All right. Good night, Nightbot. I'm going to give you a pass tonight. I'll see you later. Nesto and Little Scooter Made my face frown calling each other love. Nixie, thank you so much, Queen. Old School Nixie done gifted 10 memberships, y'all. Lord have mercy. K-State Bell, you got gifted. Terry Brown, love it. Carson, Make It Rain, NYC, Florida. Lady Undertaker, a Lady 747, Sobe Toledo, BBM, Cindy White, and Big Sister Ology. Welcome officially to the Wisdom Family Picnic, because we be kin now, y'all. Throw it up in the chat. Make them feel very, very welcome. And please give a huge thank you to Old School Nixie, who dropped those memberships. And Queen, may your gift return back to you tenfold. All right, now I appreciate the love and the support. We're gonna get through a few more of these comments, and then we're gonna woo ourselves on the bed. Woo ain't got him, and he is not finished gathering his other criminal connections. No, Woo ain't done. Woo just getting started. Listen, Wooten could have gone to trial next week if he wanted to. I wonder if $750,000 went to the RV security firm and Nestle's barbershop. It probably did, because where did he get the money? I don't think he got the money from Shirley. Shirley ain't got no credit. I don't think she had money like that. So he probably was using the money that he was scamming people and using that, for his businesses, and buying things that he couldn't afford and messing around. Ericka was Nino Brown. Now she's shifting the blame to Goofy Nesto. The deal Ericka caught, she told everything. Yeah, she did. She told, listen, I imagine, okay, in a golden nugget world, that she might have told them people some stuff that they didn't even know about. And she might have just opened Pandora's box. But anyway, you're welcome, sweetie. Ever since common law was removed, life partner became the new term. Most hospitals and legal documents will say that instead of boyfriend or girlfriend. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true. That's very true. Not Chucky. WD, what are we gonna do for 3 to 6 months until a possible trial? Truthfully, I have greatly limited the calls and visits because they are repetitive. Will you cover other new words? Listen, I can't even talk now. Mush mouth. Will you cover? Hold on, y'all. Let me put my teeth back in my mouth. No, I don't have dentures. I'm just being funny. Will you cover other newsworthy stuff? Absolutely. Because can I tell y'all something? This Diddy stuff, it's the tip of the iceberg. It's already blowing up. So if y'all haven't heard, Diddy's about to be indicted on some charges, which I kind of hinted at it a little bit. I knew it was coming. So I will definitely be covering the Diddy story. I've done a couple of videos on that on the new channel. I will do some stuff over here. And listen, y'all drop in the comments, what would y'all like me to cover? I definitely have plans to cover Diddy, and I will be covering some other human interest stories on the new channel. Until we start going live on that channel, I'll just be dropping videos. But most definitely, because unless there's something new coming with these calls, you can only recycle the calls but so many times with different things. And me personally, I'm getting worn out with it. So absolutely, Lisa Glaze, you can look for other stuff from me on this channel, and make sure you guys come out for the live and that you watch the videos and things like that. You can listen to it in your car, because a lot of times when we do stuff that's not Nesto, then the presence is not as strong. The views are not as high. So but me, I don't care. 1,000 views, 5,000 views. I'm gonna cover what I want to cover. So when I'm tired of covering that stuff, I'm covering other stuff. But I would greatly appreciate if you guys can come out. So I'll hit a couple more comments, and then we're gonna close out the picnic. So the one that talks is usually the sloppy one that brought the heat in the first place. Shaking my head. Nesto better snitch on that trick. Ooh, snitch on that trick. Old School Nixie said, "Baby reindeer is good." Make It Rain, NYC, Florida said they coming for all. Lamont, Dre, Dion, what you said? Make It Rain. Who you know? Who you know? She knows somebody too. Okay, because I might have heard some things about some of that they may be looking at them as well, and that's why they ain't been to the jail. That could be why, allegedly, why they ain't been to the jail. Who is investigating all the hot items they transported across state lines on them big trucks, allegedly? Listen, the stuff that they was doing, okay, some of it is already out there, but the stuff that they was doing, like kind of like flipping cars and you know how people do when they be doing stuff like that. What do? They when they strip cars, they rub off VIN numbers and carrying on. Name change. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. And may your gift return back to you tenfold. I imagine Sonia's mad about Ericka's plea. Yeah, if we get any new calls, that's what it's going to be about. You already know that's what it's going to be about. Aqua Queen, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. This is surely why Lamont stays away. Yeah, Lamont is not trying to go visit Nesto and get picked up. Because if Nesto could be running around in these streets with Liquid V and the toys and a BDSM mask and all this other stuff in his truck and didn't know he had warrants, the same thing could be for Lamont. And how do you find out if you have warrants? Who's going to the police station and say, hey, I'm here just to see and make sure I don't have no warrants? So, no. Ericka was comfortable because she's been watching the bloggers too. Yeah, she has. She definitely been watching the bloggers. At Mechadon, actually, I'm just passing by Wisdom's daughter. I think is looking for the truth in all this. I personally know that he is innocent of at least the financial crimes. That's from Audra M. Okay, well, Audra M thinks that he is innocent of the of the financial crimes. He may have done some other stuff, but she's thinking that he may not have done the financial crimes. And yeah, well, we're gonna hear from some victims. I personally, Audra, I think that I believe the victims. I believe the victims and what they said. And I think we need to break this culture of not believing victims. The same thing with the Cassie situation. I'm sure people had a whole lot of stuff to say. Well, they can't say nothing because now the video's out there. Now everybody's coming forward talking about, yeah, I knew Diddy was doing this. I knew. Well, where was that outcry when she was suing this man? And when she brought her case forward back in November. So I'm hoping that we can do better. Okay. And that we give the victims the same grace that we give to the accused. Because I'm going to tell you something. There are more people out here doing things than there are people lying and saying somebody did something that they didn't do. Okay, let's just keep it real. All right. P. Cantan said Ericka was too comfortable talking to Pam to know she was maybe good. Yeah, she was real comfortable talking. She didn't. No. Nesto tells the truth even when he lied. Yes, Nesto be thinking he's lying about something and he be straight telling the truth. Yeah, right. So I ain't lying. Yeah, I said my lawyer was Ericka King, but I thought you didn't know her. I thought you didn't know her like that. Wow. Listen, Nesto dumb. He says Shirley never confronted him about Sonia or his alleged crimes. This always bothered me. Just blind support. It's very sus. Yeah, I don't know if he has or he hasn't, or if she has, but here's the thing. She may have never confronted him about Sonia specifically because Sonia was pretending to work for the firm, but she did confront him about his hoes because that's what he told Dre, right? When or his son Dion, he was on the phone with somebody, either Lamont, Dre, or Dion, talking, dragging Shirley, talking about, yeah, and then you complaining, you can't do it. So then when I get the hoes to do it, well, why she gotta be there? Remember when he said that? So listen, I Shirley didn't turn a 100% blind eye. She may have overlooked some stuff, but Nesto let the cat out of the bag that she was asking questions. She just may not have been asking the right questions. Look, Shirley was a mess when she was getting foreclosed on when she married Nesto. Name one woman whose man was arrested 3 times in 10 years after he was a felon and would look the other way. I know that's right. I don't know what Shirley was thinking, but I want to hear from Shirley. I really do. I want to hear from Shirley. Shirley, we need to hear from you, Queen. We need to, we can think what we want, say what we want, have our own opinions, but only you know what really went down. Only Shirley really knows why she did what she did, how she moved, why she said what she said, and this, that, and the third. We want to hear your story. So I'm hoping that she will come out the bushes and that she will talk for real. Shucks, I had a life partner. His credit was not good, but he was a good man. I became his POA during his bout with cancer. He passed away, but I never left his side. Oh, name change. You're an angel. You are an angel. You are an absolute angel. All right. So listen, we're going to wrap up the picnic, y'all. This was a whole lot of fun. All right. Let's keep the conversation going down in the chat. All right. One more. Aqua Queen says the way Nesto was shutting her down on the phone calls, he most definitely did that in their marriage a lot. Yeah, like I said, I believe that Shirley has a story to tell. Shirley is not perfect. Shirley may have been involved in some things that she should not have been involved in. I've gotten caught up too. Not like this. Not like this. But I'm just saying nobody is perfect. But again, the woman has a story. And I'm hoping that at some point she will feel comfortable enough to be candid and transparent and really let us know what went down and why. And because I truly believe that she understands the mistakes that she made. And if she comes out with it and truly tells her testimony, that she might help some people. There are a lot of nestos out there, and there are a lot of women who find themselves in Shirley's shoes. They just don't have Shirley's money. Okay? Let's be clear and let's be real. So, on that note, everybody, this has been fun. Y'all know what to do. Be safe, be at peace, and keep your eyes and your ears to these social media streets. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.